I honestly thought I was done with online gambling. I thought to myself, that's it, I'm done, I'm finished, I cut all ties. But little did I know that being 2 years sober from gambling, I could still have some urges. On this video, I want to talk to you about my gambling urges that I experienced on Christmas Day. Whew, those urges were so intense. So it's Christmas, everything's rosy. I did make some Christmas lunch, nothing perfect. I was with my immediate families, with my husband and kids. My children have quite grown by now. My children are teenagers now. So, you know how teenagers behave. They're always on their phones. My son is playing games, and all of that. So, I decided to isolate myself because emotionally I wasn't doing well. This is because I was away from my support structure. And remember that I don't have friends. My gambling addiction isolated me completely. And also, I don't have much of a family, because my parents are late. So I felt so lonely and isolated. Well, my husband was with me, but remember that our relationship has been rocky, and that is all because of my gambling addiction. So, yes, we were together, but it felt as if I was alone. So, I decided to isolate. I went outside and sat in the garage. So, while I was sitting there in the garage and I started scrolling on WhatsApp, watching those status updates, and how I could see people being so merry, being together with the people that they love, having fun, and nothing money related really, but that sort of dawned on me, and it showed me the side that I had always been hesitant to confront. I felt like there was a void that was missing. I felt like something was just different about my life. I felt as if I was incomplete. I felt a void. I felt so much loneliness. And while I was feeling lonely that way, that's where the urges started creeping in that, you know what, there's something that could make me less lonelier. There's something that could give me that thrill, that dopamine. There was something that could give me that rush that I was missing at that point. So it got so bad that I was even starting to hear some voices, and then I thought to myself that maybe if I could look up some online betting sites, even if it's a legal one or an illegal one, because I'm self excluded and it's illegal for me to gamble. So I thought to myself that if I could just look up one online betting site and they could admit me, then I can gamble a bit. Maybe I could just go all in and feel that thrill and everything would be okay. But then again, I thought to myself that if I go ahead and I do this, my recovery streak of 2 years will be out, gone, be finished. And what now? And another thought that came to me was the fact that as a gambling addict, no amount of gambling will ever be enough for me, because even if I do win, I won't be able to withdraw that win. And it's also going to drag me deeper into the gambling cycle. So I thought to myself that, okay, that doesn't really matter. Nobody's going to know. Even your YouTube followers are not going to know that you ruined your final chance. So it was my mind, arguing from left, right, and center. So I thought to myself that, okay, maybe if I could try it. I literally even went into logging onto my banking app. But then, luckily, because I had no funds available immediately, because what I did was to put some pocket savings accounts so that any surplus money that I have can be deposited into the savings pockets. That makes it not available immediately. I would need minimum of about 7 working days for the money to come to me. And on the other accounts, I will need about 32 days notice. So I thought to myself, okay, since money is not immediately available, it means that I cannot do it. And then I thought to myself that, ooh, okay, but let me just check it out, let me just do it. So I felt that the way my mind was thinking, it was leading me deeper and deeper and deeper and giving me those thoughts and ideas to try and gamble some more, even though I didn't want to. So I'm really glad that I decided to pause. I paused, I decided to leave the garage and get into the house. Then I got into my house. I tried to distract myself with some stuff. Well, there's books that I have been reading, but I couldn't concentrate on a book, you know. But then I decided that, look, let me just think deeply about it, you know. And I started thinking again and again and again and again and again. It was like a cycle of thoughts. But then finally, my mind was made up that I was not going to gamble anymore. So, in a nutshell, what really helped me was the fact that I'm self excluded. So, it's not very easy for me to be admitted to any online betting company, you know. So, I thought to myself that I don't want to have to go through that hassle of being rejected and all of that because, as you know, I'm very sensitive to rejection. So I didn't want to start looking up and trying to put my ID on there and getting that feedback that I was blocked. So I thought to myself that it's better for me to not even explore that option. And another thing that helped me out a lot was the fact that I had no money immediately available. Yes, I did have some money. I still have some savings, but the money is not immediately available because I realized that it's very, very easy and it happens so quickly when you have that money immediately available. When you have those urges, you can sort of like act out on them very, very quickly without giving it much thought. And I'm really thankful as well because I still have Gamban on my phone. So I decided to just activate it because the urges just wouldn't go away. So I decided, let me just activate this scam ban quickly because that 55 Rand subscription can save me a whole lot of money. Because remember, for a compulsive gambler, or should I say a problem gambler, there's no such thing as one more bet. One more bet becomes another bet and another one and another one and another one. And before you know it, I would have been back in the gambling cycle again. But I'm really thankful that I didn't go back to the gambling cycle. And that's why I'm still here with you today. And you can see me, I'm all glowing, positive, looking good. And 2026, it's going to be a very beautiful year. So if you're also still struggling from gambling addiction, I need you to know that you are not alone. This is not the end, but this is the beginning of you realizing that it's possible to stay away from gambling. And also, no matter how much the urges may feel so strong and overpowering, that moment of taking a deep breath, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Those calming breathing exercises, they really, really help a lot. And those few seconds of breathing in can save you from losing a lot of money. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Angelica, and this is my final chance at recovery, and I'm taking it. And if you subscribe to this channel, this could as well be your final chance. Let's take it together because recovery is possible. Love you back. Cheers.